My lovers, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we are looking at their thoughts of you. What is your person thinking about when it comes to you? What are the emotions that are driving these thoughts? And what might be happening in their life right now that might be influencing their current perception of you? The public reading ends when we get advice from Spirit for you and what you need to do to move forward. What's your next move, basically? In the extended, if there's a third party connected to your connection, we look at what your person's thinking about that person right now, the emotions that are driving those thoughts, what's happening in their life that might be influencing their perception of the karmic, and then we look at your person's next actions towards you within a month of you watching this reading. All right, so let us begin, and we begin as we begin all readings on my channel. We just get a general energy for your person and their energy towards you, just to give the reading structure. Guys, tomorrow on the 222 portal, we are going to be restarting our sacred sites activation meditation. Everybody is welcome, okay? Especially if you are a light worker, grid worker, root workers, especially because we want to be grounding positive energies into the earth, Gaia. We're just holding space for the collective at this time, okay? We're going to be grounding hope, faith, trust, and hope, faith, trust, love, and peace into the earth grid. So if that's your bag, and you feel called to, please join us at 10 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow. That's on the 222 portal. And we're going to be doing that. I will be giving away a free tarot reading on that live, and I'll do it just like I did it when we met up last time. We'll play that game, so it's gonna be fun. We're doing something for the planet and we're gonna have fun together. I hope all of you guys can make it. All right, we have wisdom. Okay, so through this connection, right, your person has gained a lot of wisdom, and all this is orchestrated by the divine. We see this two spirit guides here, one looking a little stressed out and one praying that they get it this time. Right, but it's all been orchestrated. This meeting was orchestrated, the lessons to be learned, everything was contracted, orchestrated, and devised to bring you guys to this point. And it's almost like a reunion. It's you, I missed you, right? That's what's going on. So I do think that your person might be getting some sort of message from spirit that it's time for some kind of reconnection, reunion, reactivation of your connection at this time in the 3D, right? These two people are trees. They're small trees, but they're trees. So this is something that's being grounded into the 3D at this time, into their consciousness. All right, let's see. The energy generally is perception. So right now, they are listening to their inner guidance and intuition. So they're not stressing out their spirit guide. Maybe you are the one that's stressing out your spirit guide right now, right? They're listening, and what spirit is telling them is that the way that they approach love, because we have the heart chakra here, the way that they approach love, the way that they approach connection has to change. Okay? Something that they've been doing in their interpersonal relationships ain't working. And Spirit's telling them, listen, if you can't continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. You have to do something differently if you want to manifest something differently. Basically, that's what their spirit guide's telling them. You gotta do something different. Right? Or is it just going to be caught up in the same karmic cycle, the same lesson over and over again? And you don't want that, right? There's no growth in that, right? And we came here to grow, right? All right, their energy towards you. I'll pull some tarot cards on that. right? Their energy towards you at this time. This is the Eye of the Lotus Oracle, a gift from my sister, Lily Rose. The energy towards you is union. Yeah, definitely. I do think they're being guided to come back towards you, right? There's this road you guys are walking at, a yellow brick road, right? So you guys are heading to this emerald city here, the heart chakra, right? Spirit is trying to lead them back to their heart, right? Because this person has a loyal heart to you, and we have that synchronicity of 22 here again, right? Their heart is loyal to you. They may have tried to walk away from what they were feeling, but still there, you know, right? Their energy towards you right now. Loss, grief. But this is what is cracking open this heart chakra here, right? I think your person's heart was closed and they felt like they had to close it in order to protect themselves. Maybe they were feeling vulnerable. Maybe some fears, old fears started coming back up for them. And they did what they always do, right? They run away, they close down, they shut off and go into robotic mode, right? I'm a spirit son. No. Gotta do something different this time. Okay. All right. So let's tap into the energy. Just tap in a little deeper to the energy of those two cards there. And see what we get. Underneath the deck. We still have this loss. We still have this loss. We still have this grief. We still have this regret. Right? So this is someone who is really, really missing you, right? But they got to feel this, right? To do their deepest healing, to really dive deep into their heart space, into their stuff, their baggage, okay? They got to do it. So it's all divinely guided. All divinely guided. Listen back. All right, let's tap into the energies of these two cards. Spirit, tell us about perception as the general energy for them, right? So we have Two of Swords in reverse, and in my readings, Two of Swords in reverse goes to the Ace of Swords. So this is the end of the confusion. You see, once you tap into your heart space, you're not going to be confused. The only thing that confuses you is the mind. The heart always knows exactly what it needs to do, right? It is the mind that will go off into all sorts of permutations, right? So they're tapping into their heart space and they're recognizing the truth. What is the truth? Let's find out what's the truth. Yay, that you're the lover. Aww. But this is also about making a choice. So if your person has somebody else, that's what their heart is telling them. Time to make a choice there, buddy. Okay? And we have the Page of Pentacles in reverse, right? It feels like Spirit's letting this person know that unless you make a choice, nothing can ground. No relationship they have will ground, right? They're always going to be there in that limbo, in that like Lestrade kind of energy, right? So Spirit's telling them they have to make a choice. They can't keep juggling because then things will always be up in the air. Nothing grounds when you're juggling. Okay? Nothing grounds when you're going back and forth. You gotta make a choice. Let's see this energy of loss. This energy towards you, this energy of loss. We have judgment, right? So, they also feel as well like they kind of deserve this, right? Because it feels like they were sleeping on you, right? They were sleeping on you and sleeping on this relationship. And this may be someone who always thought that they had time, that they would have time. So they weren't making the effort to nurture this relationship like they should. But now that things are changing and you kind of went off to your merry way, turned their back on them, right? It looks like they have woken up and they feel like maybe it's a little too late. Hierophant energy. Some of them might be legally bound to something else, and that's why they weren't making the effort. But the Hierophant energy is about learning a lesson the hard way. right? Learning a lesson the hard way, right? So this is where they're at, learning a lesson the hard way, right? You know, Spirit tried the soft approach before, right? But now that they're not shaking their bum, Spirit saying, okay, well, some people need to be burned to learn, and that's where your person's at. Okay, all right. Let's look at what are they thinking about when it comes to you, when it comes to this connection. What is on their mind? Well, besides the loss, what's on their mind? All right, we have the Wheel of Fortune. How do they turn things around here? Okay, well, how do they turn things around? Right? How do they turn back the hand of time? Right? Go back to the way we were. How do they shake things up? And even in this wheel, there are three people here, and even on the outside of the wheel, there are three people. But I feel like these are spirit guides attached to each person inside here. So for a lot of you watching this, there's a third person, right? There's a third person attached to your connection, and everybody's spirit guide is working overtime to break them out of this karmic cycle. But can I tell you, viewer, it starts with you. If you're watching this, you are the more intuitive or more receptive one, and it starts with you, right? So there's some kind of cycle that three people, could be three people. The third person might represent a thing. It could even be work, right? Maybe you or your person's a workaholic, but it's something that's karmic to you guys, right? You guys are locked in this cycle, and spirit is trying to, you see, once they extricate one person, the whole cycle falls apart. Okay, so if you've been getting a message to do things differently, especially when it comes to love, that's spirit, that's divine guidance. Okay, so whatever you're used to doing, spirit said do the opposite, right? Yeah, because right now you guys have been stagnant. Okay, and that's what they realized here, right? They have to do the things differently if they want movement in your connection, if they want movement in their life, right? They have to do things differently, right? Or else they're gonna lose you for good. That's what they're realizing here. We have here the priestess. Okay, they see you as someone that is all knowing and mysterious, but it almost looks like in this card like you're fading away into the background. So they feel like if they don't make a move and figure out how to turn things around, that they are going to lose you for good. I mean, there are cobwebs that have started gathering with this person. So I feel like for some of you guys that are watching, you are waiting a long time, maybe longer than you should. Maybe that's your toxic trait in relationships. Maybe you stay too long. Even though you know you should move on, maybe you stay too long in relationships that aren't good for you, that aren't meeting all your needs. Spirit saying you have to do things differently. If you want to change things up, if you want to add fresh energy into your connection, you got to do things differently. You can't do the same old shit. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, they want this new beginning with you. And this has been a consistent message that we've been getting for the past month, right? If they want this new beginning with you, they can't do they can't just sit there and do nothing. They have to make the effort. They have to do things differently. Whatever karmic cycles they're in, they have to close it out. Or else they're just going to lose you for good. They feel like you are on your way out. Let's ask Spirit, what emotions are driving these thoughts? The most frustrating box. I know you guys are tired of me saying that, but it really is true. It's so frustrating. Let me pick these up. What emotions are driving these thoughts? stressed, overwhelmed, feeling under pressure. And then underneath, we have feeling hopeless and feeling angry. But I feel like they're angry at themselves. I don't get that they're angry with you. They're angry with themselves because they have just taken too long, right? They took it for granted that you would always be there. Okay. What emotions are driving these energies? We have choosing from among several options. Option 2, right? So maybe they chose somebody else over you. What they're realizing now is that the grass wasn't greener. It wasn't. It wasn't greener on the other side. So it feels like they're ready to make a different choice. And they've been pushed to do that by spirit, right? So they know that they have a choice they want to make. We have solving problems, right? It might be that there might be 3D blockages that prevent them from moving towards you. They realize they got to wrap up those loose ends and they got to wrap it up right quick and in a hurry because you're basically out the door. What other emotions are pushing these energies? Ooh, shame. And these are one of the most toxic emotions that you can ever get yourself wrapped up in because it just pulls you down. And sometimes it can become so toxic that we just become immobilized because we feel like there's no hope, right? Why bother? Why bother, right? When we look at the emotional spiral, shame is that energy that is right there before suicidal ideation. It's that low vibrating. It's more low vibrating than anger and boredom, right? That's what really pulls us into the undertow of depression, right? So this is how they're feeling, ashamed of how they've acted, unworthy of your love, feeling disgraced, like there's a fall from grace, like maybe they did something really horrible and you found out about it, and they know that you know. It's like they can't even face you, and I think we got that message recently as well, right? So right now they are battling their inner demons, facing their shadow and facing all those things that they did in the past and the things that they did in the past in this relationship that they're not proud of. Okay? Right? They did not treat you well. So that's the energy of cringe there. Yeah, feeling shy, right? Don't even know how to face you right now. And you're making them feel so small. As a, some I shouldn't say you are making them feel so small. I shouldn't say that. They are feeling so small because they are now taking accountability for the things that they have done. Why now? Because their heart is open. Their heart is open. Before, this person was just robotic. They ain't tapping into that heart space at all. Too much pain and dense energy there, right? But now that this heart is open, it's like Pandora's box. Everything is coming out. And maybe that's why they're so stressed as well, right? Because there's everything that's coming out all at once for them to deal with, right? The disappointment with where they are in life, how they treated you, the humiliation that they may have caused, the anger that they're feeling, anger at parents, anger at spouse. It's everything all coming out all at once, right? Um, and I imagine that can be an incredibly overwhelming thing to deal with. Like I remember when I first had like my big massive heart awakening, and you'd be surprised at the shit that pops up. Like stuff that you never ever think about, things that you thought you forgot, things that you know you tried to forget. It's like everything came up all at once. So maybe that's what they're experiencing now. It was a lot. And I remember like retreating and really going into a deep hermit mode because I didn't have the energy for anybody else, right? There was just so much of my stuff that I needed to deal with. I couldn't tolerate anybody else in my energy or space. Remember that. Let's ask Spirit, what's happening in their life that might be influencing their perception of you at this time? So for some of them, they might be seeing a mental health expert at this time because it's become a whole lot. All right, what's happening right now that might be influencing their perception of you? All right, well, we have wealth, right? They may perceive you as wealthy and they might be intimidated by that, or this person may have recently stepped in to some sort of money, some sort of abundance, and maybe that's making them feel more empowered in terms of coming towards you. Let's see what this is all about. What's currently happening in their life that might be influencing their perception of you? Let's take this one. What's happening in their life? We have a challenge, okay? So it feels like they're experiencing a lot of difficulties, and it feels like everywhere, every direction that they turn, there's some kind of drama, there's some sort of blockage, okay? And maybe it's making them compare their experience to you to the experiences that they're currently having with other people in their life. I'll pull some cards on that. What else is coming through? What's happening in their life that's experiencing that is influencing their perception of you? Well, there's a battle, okay? So I don't know if there's a legal battle, something that's happening in their intimate life, something that's happening at work, right? But maybe you're the person that they would usually go to for advice or for comfort, and maybe you're not there, right? Maybe same thing with, maybe this is a challenge that they're having as well, right? Maybe they've had some big falling out with the people that are around them. And again, it makes them think of you because maybe you have always been their confidant. Maybe you're the person that they've always been able to trust, right? So we have a battle there. I'll pull cards on these four. Let's get on the third one. We have the stranger. It feels like there might be people in their life that now they're realizing they never really knew them at all, right? Because people have now pulled off their mask and they're showing who they really are. So there is that as well. Yeah. It could be that someone new has entered their life, entered their workplace, and is kind of shaking things up. I'll pull cards on that one. We have gain, okay? It feels like they have gained some sort of recognition, okay? Some sort of upward mobility in their life, and it feels like this is making them feel more empowered in terms of coming towards you. That's what I'm getting with this. Because maybe they've always felt intimidated by you, but whatever is happening in their life right now is making them feel more empowered. And we have justice. So some of them definitely they're in a legal battle, or it could be that there's a karmic energy in their life and they're going through some sort of karmic return, divine order that's happening right now. Let's pull some cards in these and let's see what we get. Let's clarify. Spirit, please clarify these cards for us. So the first card is challenge. So what's influencing their perception of you at this time? Well, they're going through a period of adversity, and that's making them think about their allies. It looks like we have Page of Cups in reverse. They're feeling abandoned and alone. Usually you are there to help them try to figure shit out, but now you're not. Okay, so they are feeling very isolated at this time, and they're being challenged to problem solve on their own, right? It's like, maybe you were playing mama bird, right? But now you've like pushed them out of the nest and they have to solve this issue, whatever this adversity is. They have to face this on their own, right? And this is all part of the growth cycle that they're currently in. So they're in some sort of battle here. We have 9 of Cups. Okay, they're in a battle for their happiness, right? They're in a battle and they're asserting their self-worth. It looks like there are people in their life that may have benefited from your person's lack of self-esteem, self-worth, your person's lack of boundaries. But now that your person is feeling more empowered and they're asserting themselves more, it's causing a lot of conflict in their partnerships, whether at work or otherwise, right? We have a stranger. Maybe people don't even recognize this person that they have become. We have the moon, because your person has always kept themselves quite hidden, their true identity hidden, right? They were just playing a game, wearing a mask, right, for external validation, basically being a social chameleon. But now that they are certain their true identity, people don't even know them at all. People never knew who the real them was. So they're popping up like a stranger in their social circles and maybe even in their home. Who is this person? But that was who they were inside all along. All along. Let's see this gain. We have a Queen of Cups in reverse. That's a karmic energy. So they have gained some sort of advantage over a karmic energy in their life. Someone who was manipulating them emotionally. Okay. Could be somebody that they were married to or legally contracted to. Because 4 of Wands talks about a legal contract. It talks about stability. It talks about wedding a firm foundation. So this could be at work. So they've experienced some sort of triumph or some sort of victory at work over someone who may have tried to exploit them or take advantage of them. So they're feeling more empowered. As they win these little battles in their life, they realize, wait a minute, I'm stronger than I think. So that's where they are. They're at the I'm stronger than I ever knew kind of thing. Let's see this Justice card. Maybe they've had some sort of judgment in their favor, right? Legal judgment. We have this Hermit in reverse, and this is pulling them out of their shell, right? This is pulling them out of their shell. We have King of Wands. In return, maybe they're in reverse. Maybe they're accustomed to some sort of passivity or inertia in their life. But as they gain these little victories, and these victories that come about by them asserting themselves and standing up for themselves, is the more empowered that they are feeling. Okay. All right. In the extended, we're going to look at their thoughts about the third party. But before we do that, let's see what Spirit's advice for you in terms of your next move forward in this connection in your life right now. What's Spirit's advice for you at this time? That's Spirit's advice for you. And we get this awareness card again. It came out in the last reading, right? So Spirit's letting you know you're tapped in, right? You're not getting any cross wires, any cross communication, no interference in your communication. You are tapped in. You know exactly what you need to do. And if you've been getting intuitive hits about what's happening in your person's life, Spirit is telling you, believe it, you are tapped in. We have here kindness. You've got to try a little kindness. Shine your light for all the world to see. And if you try a little kindness, it will open up the blindness. Spirit saying, shine your light. Oh God, there's a song that I've been listening to non-stop. Let me see if I can find. In the morning you have that music that you play to just boost your spirit and help you get through the day. So this is my current one. It changes all the time, but this is my current one. It's called Just As You Are, and there's a phrase that says, shine your light, shine your light. Just As You Are. Alright, guys. By... It's a song from Thelma the Unicorn. So just type in Just As You Are by Thelma the Unicorn. I'll see if I put a link down below. That's my wake-up song these days. But it's the same thing. It's about shining light, putting yourself out there. Because your kindness, your energy, your love is exactly what this whole world needs at this time. And if you're moved to come and shine your light with others, we're going to be doing that collective meditation tomorrow. Okay? All right. So it says, cultivate consideration and understanding of other people. So there's another message here about putting yourself in your person's shoes, right? Sometimes it's easy to say that, why don't they just do this or why don't they just do that? But when we start looking at the why, looking at people's history, looking at people's trauma, right, their family dynamic, it all comes into view. Now, that doesn't mean that you compromise your needs for them just because you understand. You also have to understand. So as much as you understand the why, you also have to honor the what. And the what may be that they're not treating you well, and you have to honor that. But it's also good to have compassion for the person and everybody else that we may come into contact with on a day-to-day basis. So we understand the why, we move into compassion, but we also have to understand the what, and have compassion for ourselves, right? Cultivate consideration and understanding of other people. This may entail a conscious effort to actively care about another person, especially someone who challenges you emotionally or has a strong personality. Make a concerted effort to perk up someone else's day by doing something considerate, good, and loving, even if it's just allowing them to merge on the road. You'll be surprised how that energy just spreads as they spread it onto other people, and it's a chain reaction, right? Loving acts of kindness show others that they matter and that kindness is a choice, even in the face of resentment and self-centeredness. Say something nice to a colleague or family member and show appreciation to the people around you. This is a great way to start acknowledging the goodness in yourself and reflecting it to others. Kindness tends to be contagious. Facts, right? When you share your kindness, others will be moved by your example and they will more likely do something kind as well. Look for someone who can use a friendly smile or some light conversation. There are individuals everywhere who need a bit of kindness. You can volunteer to read on a children's ward at the hospital, visit an aged care center, or chat with a neighbor who could use some company. If you've been keeping to yourself, yes, or staying at home, yes, this is a push to get out and visit someone who might need company. Taking a little time to call someone on the phone and be a caring listener is an act of kindness. Trees are grounded in the earth and they reach up into the heavens. They help you have a higher vision of the difference you can make in someone else's life. If you're drawn to the child, a specific relative may be represented here. An old or younger person may very well benefit from you spending time with them. So if you're drawn to the tree, it's an older person. If you're drawn to the child, it's a younger person that you need to reach out to. So consider how you can spread a little kindness today. Now, I don't know. I know I have an international audience, but in the Caribbean especially, right? Like, we don't know how to greet people. When we first see people, we always make some sort of dumb comment, right? Whether it's about their weight or, oh gosh, you're looking tired. Why are you looking tired? So, oh gosh, you put on weight. Oh gosh, you're losing weight. And there's always some kind of comment about your physical appearance is the first thing that will come out of their mind. I have conscientiously, more for years now, right? But I'm sharing this with you. I've always opened up with something positive. You're looking amazing. Like, even when they're not, right? I love what you're wearing. And I always find something that I like about them because there's always something beautiful that you can comment about on a person. Always. There's always something, right? And I try to find that, right? So they might be looking like shit, but I like their shoes, right? Yes, maybe they've put on weight, but you know what? I love the earrings that they're wearing, right? So I always open up with something positive instead of the usual crap that they want to tell you. So I'm offering that to you. Maybe that's something that you can do today. So you're not lying. What you're looking at is for the positive, right? Chances are they already know that they look like shit. Chances are they already know that they lost weight or gained weight, right? Chances are they look sleepy, right? They know. They know that they need sleep, right? They don't need to hear from anybody else, right? So just these little things can really go a long way, okay? I love. So that was your reading. I hope that was helpful. If you enjoyed this reading, please, can you put a like, share, comment down below. You could put a full stop. Don't care. An emoji, a comment. Tell me what you do to offer a little bit of kindness on a day-to-day basis, right? Everybody, we can all use tips, all right? Take care. Much love.